It's really important when you're making instructions for your model that you know how to use the step view properly. This is going to help you use your time most efficiently in being able to lay out your instructions in a logical manner. I've quickly gone over the step view in other videos, but in this video, we're going to take a deeper look in how to use the step view. When you're creating instructions, especially instructions for large, complicated models, it's really easy to get lost with the number of bricks and trying to figure out where everything needs to go. When we are creating instructions, we have to get into the mindset of whoever's going to be reading those instructions. We want to make sure we have the bricks being placed on the model in a logical manner. And all of this is where the step view comes into play. At the end of this video, I am going to show you a tip that one of my new team members, Peter, showed me. By doing this, you are going to decrease the amount of time you spend making instructions by a lot. So you're definitely going to want to stick around for that. Just as a quick reminder, I am a Lego commission artist. I've done all sorts of designs for people all around the world, from commercial to personal collections. If there's a project you have in mind that you would like to be brought into brick form, all of my contact information is in the description below. Also, if you are on Facebook, we have the Studio Lego Designers Facebook group. This is a group for new users and advanced users to be able to ask questions, share their designs, and create a strong studio community. So if you want to check that out, the link is in the description below. First thing I want to show you with the step view is how to move bricks in between each step. Over the last few updates, Studio has made it much easier to switch around things in the step view, where before you used to have to copy and paste things to get them in a certain step. Now we're able to simply right-click the brick and send it to a particular step. We'll take this small part as an example of how to do that. So I already have these steps lined up, but let's say we wanted to start these instructions off by using this brick rather than this one here. So what we do is click on the brick over in the step view. And if you don't know where it is located in the step view, if you simply click on the brick in the viewport, it will highlight it in the step view. And then you can right click on that brick and go down to Move To. And from there, you can move it into any of those steps. In this case, we want to move it to step 1. So that brings that brick up to step 1, but now we have all of these bricks that we want to bring down into step 2. So we select all of those bricks, right click, move to step 2. What that does now is this brick will be first, this brick and its pins will be next, a couple more pins, and then that L-beam. Sometimes, and as I mentioned, if it's a really complicated build, you might not be able to really grasp through just text alone how the model is going to be put together. In this case, you're going to click on the step view option, and then as you click on each step, you're going to see the bricks up to and including that step. And that will give you a more graphical view of what is going on with your model. So let's take a look at how that would apply to a large, complicated model like this. So if we click on Step View and we click Step 1, you can see the first submodel, and Step 2 shows us the next submodel. If we go further on, you can start seeing more of the internal structure being built. And then this is the main part of the bottom of the internal frame. I find it really useful to use the step view in this way, especially for catching errors, because what might happen as you're assigning bricks to steps is you might accidentally drag a brick into the wrong step or assign a brick in the wrong order, or maybe you skip some steps. And if you're using the step view, you can catch all of those errors if you're checking each step as you're going along. This can save you a lot of time in your page layout because you won't have to keep flipping back and forth between the instruction maker and the building window. So I highly recommend going through the step view this way and looking at each step to make sure that it all works logically. Another thing you can do in the step view is to open or collapse all of the steps. You might find now that there are a lot of spots where empty steps are being created in Studio. The reason for this is there is a small programming change where rather than getting rid of the step when all the bricks are removed from it, the step is left as a placeholder. I have asked for the devs to look at that and to have a button where we can remove all the empty steps. But for now, we have a couple of ways of getting rid of those empty steps. And first off is just actually going through all of the text in the step view to check for empty steps. So you do this by opening up all of the steps and literally just scrolling through until you see something that has an empty step. This one already has all of the empty steps corrected, but let's say I went to here and I added in a step. If you kept the steps closed, you wouldn't be able to see that was an empty step. But when you open them all up, then you can see that there are no bricks in this step. It is rather obvious when you're scrolling through because these steps won't have any color marker like on the side here, and you can catch them pretty easily if you're keeping a diligent eye on it. And then, of course, it's easy enough to collapse all the steps down so that there isn't as much text in the step view and it's easier to navigate between the steps. You may have noticed this little camera icon in your step view. What that is used for is to set the camera angle so that you can have the model viewed how you wish in order to organize your steps better. So for instance, with this model, if first we wanted to set our rotation to the first option here, X at 30, Y at 0, that gives us a face-on view. And then we can set our next rotation to a little bit of a different angle, and so on and so on. And when we're done entering in all those various camera angles, when we click on that step, it will automatically change the camera angle to what we set. This just makes it a bit easier when you have a model and has a lot of complicated parts and you're trying to get the best view you can without having to constantly rotate it every single time. And if you want to clear the camera angle, that's easy enough. You just clear the rotation, and then this icon will gray out again instead of the white camera. One of the things I found really useful in the step view was being able to hide or unhide different parts of the model. I talked about using this strategy when creating large designs so that you can create big submodels and then hide those sections when you don't need them. So if we go over here into the step view for this model, I have step 1, and all of the submodels are located in that step. So if I wanted to hide particular parts of that, I can just click on the hide icon and it will hide that section. We also have the hide icon at the bottom of the step view. So if you click on the submodel you want to hide or brick and then click on hide, it will hide that section. And if you only want to reveal certain parts of the model, rather than clicking on the show all option, you can unhide only the sections that you want to see. So it's actually a bit more versatile to use the hide option in the step menu. So the last thing is, if you need to remove steps from the step view, all you have to do is click on the trash can on the side, or you can use the option up in the model sub menu. And to add a step, you would press Control T, which would put a step in the bottom of the list. Or you can press the plus icon, which will put a step after the step that you have selected at the time. Now on to the part I wanted to tell you about, the tip that Peter gave me. So we're going to select all of these steps and just remove them. And then we will go into the instruction maker. So if you have your model complete and you want to arrange the instructions, this tip is going to save you a lot of time. Rather than doing it through the building mode, you do it through the instruction maker. So first thing you're going to need to do is go to Edit, Preferences, and go to the last option in Preferences, which is Etc. And then down here, we have these two options. One is Move Bricks to Previous with a new step. The other one is Move Bricks to Next with a new step. What this allows you to do is select the bricks that you want to have in your next step, press your hotkey, and it will start the new step and put the bricks inside of it. So rather than having to drag the bricks around or copy and paste them into a step or something like that, you can visually go and very quickly organize your steps in the instruction maker. So let's use this simple example and show you how that works. So we're going to want to start our model at the bottom. So we're going to go Control Q. And that takes those bricks and puts it in the previous step. Now we're going to grab the next brick, Control Q again, and that puts it in a previous step again. So now we have those two and that one. And go to our next step, we'll grab those three, and next step and grab those three. And as you go through, we're starting from the bottom. We have those bricks, that brick, those three bricks, those other three bricks, and then finally we have an empty step because we have nothing more in that model. Super fast, quick and easy to organize, and it is going to hopefully save you lots of time and aggravation trying to set up your steps. So I hope that really helps you out. If this video has helped you, please take the time to like and subscribe and share it around so others can benefit from it, so we can continue to grow the studio community. I'm going to be starting a design series next week, starting off with some Lego math, and I will be teaming up with Tips and Bricks to bring that to you. If you haven't heard of Tips and Bricks before, make sure to check them out. They show lots of great tutorials on how to do interesting things with bricks and highlight mocks, and are a fabulous, fabulous resource for any Lego designer. I'll put the links in the description below so you can check them out. As always, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. Keep dreaming of bricks. Bye-bye.